everybody, this is Book S Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Black Knight figure. So before we take a look at Black Knight, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with the right leg of Cull Obsidian. Now Cull Obsidian will be complete here. Let's go ahead and put that Build-A-Figure piece on. So that is how tall that he is. He's really tall. Just about takes up all of my review station here. So yep, he's going to be a really big Build-A-Figure. So up next, I don't know if you'd really count it as an accessory, but I'm going ahead and counting it as an accessory, is his cape. Now this has been seen before. This was Gamora's cape, and then, well, this is actually Polaris's cape, because it had the peg on it. Gamora's did not. It was just this hard plastic, and her hair kept it on. But I like that this one has the peg on it. So it just pegs in easily. It will fall off easily if you hit it, so there is that. He comes with the ebony blade here, and it looks really good. The blade came out very nicely. Has a couple specks of gold there, but nothing major. And then the handle looks very nice. This is a brand new piece. And then here it is, next to the original Marvel Legends Black Knight figure sword. Now this one has been through quite some wear and tear. I can't actually find my Black Knight figure. It's weird that I found his weapon, but not him. So, when I do this review, I'm going to have to insert a picture of the old Black Knight into it instead of actually having him to show here. So there is the difference. And the ebony blade has had some different looks throughout the years, but this is mainly, this one is more accurate. So I do like that. Now, he can hold it in his right hand, but it's kind of loose. Kind of wobbles. It is tighter in his left hand, but I like to keep it in his right hand. And he comes with two alternate heads. So the alternate head right here is, this one's probably my favorite with the wings on his helmet. This was how he looked in the 80s. I think maybe even some in the 90s. But he eventually changed to this helmet without the wings. I'll show that last here. He comes with this alternate head sculpt, which is a little tough to get on since the helmet is pretty big right there. So, and it shifts there. Now this is the Sir Percy head sculpt, and although this version of Black Knight never wore this costume, I do think that it's really cool that they included this head sculpt. So it looks really nice. The gold detailing to it looks really good. And there isn't really any paint flaws to it. Just a little bit of gold right there. And the eagle looks nice. It's very, very rubbery, but that doesn't bother me. I'm going ahead and going over his articulation because I probably won't put it back on during the review. So for the articulation, it can only look down just a little bit because of the helmet piece. And it can only look back just a little bit because of the cape. But if you take the cape off, he can look back just a little farther. Let's go ahead and put his cape back on here. And then put on the final head sculpt, the modern Black Knight head sculpt. So this is how he looks now. I think his costume is a little different, but the helmet stayed the same. And I really like this head sculpt. I like how the teeth are sculpted. They're sculpted very nicely. And if you look, his nose is even sculpted in because this is a separate piece. It looks really, really nice. I figure that's probably how it has so much detail to it, is because of the head being a separate sculpt and then the helmet being put over it. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Black Knight. So his insignia came out very clean. And the plastic is a tad bit shimmery right there. If you hold it to the light, you can see that. And the chainmail came out very nicely. It's a little bit of silver mixed with gunmetal, and it gives it a nice contrast. And this was originally used, I can't remember if Dread Knight came out first or... No, it was Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin came out first, and then it was Dread Knight. So, this figure mainly just reuses all of Dread Knight's parts. Actually, the cape might be reused too. I don't have that figure, so I couldn't tell you. I do know that it is a reused though from the Hobgoblin figure. You can see the chainmail right there. Well, it's not supposed to be. These are supposed to be scales. But it also works for chainmail too. So you can see how they do reuse the same parts. Except for the feet right here. And the hands, they're different. But it is all just reused parts, except for the sword and the head sculpt. And the belt came out nicely. I like how the buckle was painted gold. But they didn't bother painting the buttons on his pouches gold. I don't know why Hasbro does that. They just cast them in black and leave them that color. Like, they can paint the belt buckle, that's fine, but they just leave the buttons right there. It is a simple fix, but I do think Hasbro should start painting them on. It wouldn't take that much more paint to just dot these on. And then his tunic or skirt piece looks good. And then there are his feet. And they're just a reuse of the Bucky Cap's feet. And so are the hands. Can't remember what figure these originally came with. These gloves right here. I know it went to another figure, like we have seen it before. Was it Captain America? Maybe it was Captain America. I know it's been reused before, though. And he also has a holster right here for his sword. But his sword does bend easily. I'll show that in just a second right here. So if you put it in, it's going to be curved outward because of his hip right here. So I don't like putting it in the holster right there. It's not really a sheath because the sheath covers all of the sword. So I guess it's kind of like a holster. So yeah. This is actually probably one of my favorite figures of the wave. I'm going to have a really hard time ranking this wave because the only figures in it that I really didn't like, well, I didn't like Malekith at all, and I didn't mind Ant-Man. So this is going to be really difficult because I didn't think I'd like this Black Knight figure at all, but it is amazing. So now, let's go over the articulation. He has a ball-jointed head that can look all the way back, even more so if you take the cape off. He can look all the way down. He can move his head side to side. And while I'm doing the articulation, I'll go ahead over this head sculpt. So it can look back all the way, but will push the wings on his helmet out just a little bit, like they'll be straight down, and then they'll move out. And it can look down all the way. So let's go ahead and switch the heads back here. And let's put the cape on too. There. He has ball-jointed shoulders. They can't really move out too far. The joints are really stiff. But with Green Goblin and Hobgoblin, I've had the same problem. So honestly, I think it's just the body mold. He has swiveled bicep, double-jointed elbow that can't quite bend in all the way because of his glove right here. He has swiveled wrist that can move side to side and up and down. He has an ab crunch that can move back all the way. It can crunch forward all the way. He has swiveled the waist, ball-jointed hips that can just about do a complete split. He can kick forward all the way. He can kick back just a little bit. He has swiveled the thigh, double-jointed knee, swiveled the boot, swiveled the ankle, and an ankle rocker. So now let me get him back into a normal pose here for some size comparisons. Okay. So now that he's standing up, I'll try to, like I said, I'll try to get a comparison here of the original Black Knight figure. So, hopefully I get that worked out. So here he is next to the original Black Knight figure. And then here he is next to Hobgoblin. Got my tongue twisted there. Here he is next to the only other comic figure in this wave, Malekith. I just knocked my cold obsidian over. But here he is next to Malekith. And finally, here he is next to another Avenger. They'll be getting an update soon. Hercules. I can't wait for the update of him. That'll be so awesome. So, overall, I would highly recommend this figure. I ended up really liking it. Like, I didn't think I would, but once I found it, it is a really good figure. Especially if you don't have the previous version. If you don't have the previous version, definitely get this figure. And if you have the previous version, definitely get this figure. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.